and yeah, let's get to it. So okay, let's cook. Over here I have this main character with her cybernetic arm. She's sort of grabbing the monster. So I'm just gonna draw that here like that. Ah. Mm.
The World Cup are not amazing. But this guy, I've been watching him play in the French league, and I was very excited about Reinders, of course. Yeah, someone's pointed out Reinders in the chat. But I think this kid's different because this kid is not afraid to put his foot in. This kid is not afraid physically. This kid has an aggression to his game, a maturity to his game, and all the hallmarks that mark out a really exciting midfielder. I feel like this could be our João Neves the Bowie sign, an 18-year-old of immense talent that goes on to be a truly special footballer. This is what I'm excited for. I've got an awful lot of faith that this guy is going to be really good. I'm very excited, man. I'm very excited. I did a video, of course, with Bailey, where we talked about what made this guy ready for Man City, what made him a good Manchester City midfielder, and we looked at what made Rodri a good midfielder.
Yeah, welcome to the stream. If you're just joining, I'm working on page 45 of my comic book, and we worked on page 44 I think about 2 days ago, and I wasn't able to complete this page 45, so we're here, and I wanted to do this page live. It's going to be a 1-hour stream, and I'm just going to apply like the base inks to the comic book page. So it's a fight scene between one of my main characters and this monster character over here. I have my character design sheet to my side. It's not on screen. I can't put it on screen. There's not enough space. So yeah, that's the gist of what's happening. So if you have any questions or any inputs, please let me know. I am trying my best to not, one of the policies that I'm, focusing on, that I've been focusing on majorly, is to, continue to do my best to not chase perfection whenever I'm doing these comic book pages. I just try to get the inks, the base inks, especially since it's just the base inks, and then later on I can come back and apply a lot more detail to it. So yeah, that's just it. Like, it all comes together at the end of the day, because a lot of these pages, one thing I've noticed about pages like this is that you just have to get them done, like just apply the base inks and just be done with it, and then later on you can come back and if you need to add something a lot more complex, you can do that, but let it exist first, like the famous articles would say, and later on you come and make it perfect. Hello Kaji, how you doing? Ransford, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday evening or afternoon. Loving your art style. Thank you, Ransford. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. Let me show you guys. Since you guys are here, let me show you guys the previous page that I worked on, so that you guys can get a feel of what's going on. So it's another fight scene. Essentially, I don't know. I think I've shown this before. It's another fight scene between these two characters and this monster character over here. So that is like sort of what we're doing. I got great news. Yeah, what's your what news do you have, Kaji? I'm open to listening. What's the updates? What's the incredible news? Then what's a body? A body in distress, apparently. Wow, amazing fights. You'll be a legend one day. Thank you, Ransford. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I wait for. Oh, really? You're waiting for your results, yeah? That's good news. That's good news. Hopefully you pass. What did you say you wanted to study again, Ransford? IT. Oh, okay, visual arts. Oh, you wanted to study visual art. That's interesting. That's nice, man. That is nice. Definitely you get it. You definitely get it, my friend. You definitely get it. Sorry, I just had to fix the leg. I didn't like the way the legs, or at least her paws, were looking. Because I work digital, I don't have to be so precise about a lot of the things I'm doing, and I can just like sort of even sketch with the inking pens. I can sketch with the inking pen, so that's quite fun. Hello Shaki, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday. Hope the weather is it's nicer. Damn man, I can't get the line correct. What's going on here? I'm doing good. How is it over there? It's really nice. I'm having a really chill night over here. Really chill night. I'm enjoying myself. Uh, enjoying myself. I can't lie. Don't like that line at all. I think this one is a bit better. Just working on my comic. So nothing better than that at the moment. Let's look for some references. I have my reference for the characters to my side because sometimes I could I could be quite forgetful about what I'm drawing. Ah, I think I have a problem. Yep, that's what you do once you have a problem. You try and solve it immediately. That's why you don't try to be so perfect about it. I've just noticed now that like this area, she's supposed to have like a different design around that side of her arm, which is kind of, that's kind of where the main character is gripping. So the arm is supposed to be around like this, around this side, and they are supposed to be like hands around that area. I'm looking at it right now. Do I shift it like this so that I can get something? Right, I think I like this hand a bit. Where are my hand references? I want to get this hand correctly, like very well. You walk alone. Yes, I have been walking alone for a long time. But if you're talking about this comic book, no. I am doing it with someone else. I'm doing it with someone else. It's a collaborative effort. One, two, three. Nah, come on. Okay. Now I'm going to use erasers to sort of refine it because it looks very rough. Using erasers has been a cheat code ever since I stopped caring so much about it. Omar Mamouche. Nice, sir. Alright. Nice, sir. Is that how I want it? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I want it like this. I think I'll put it down like this. That's a lot better. That will make it look bit more convincing. Let's say I bring this down like this. I bring this like this. Yep, that looks good. Yep, that makes it look more leathery, if you know what I mean. And that is sort of the idea. That's what we want to do. That's it, right? That's it, right? Do you shit on? Ah. I know it's looking rough. But I promise you it will come out alright. I promise you I know what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm just trying to make the skin look more leathery, like the webbings. I want the webbings to come out. Hey Sensei, I can get my membership back. Have you been posting lately? Life has been lifing. yeah. You can, man. You can. I have been posting. I don't know. I know, like, if you turn on notification, you'll be seeing the posts that I've been making. You'll be seeing the posts that I've been making. You've been seeing the posts that I've been making. I am. One thing I wanted to do is to upload a lot of the comic books that I've done, like for free on. Let's say the most recent chapters that I'll be working on. Yeah, I'll be uploading them for free on Patreon, and those later chapters, like these latest chapters, I don't think I'm going to make all of it for free yet. I don't know yet. I haven't really structured a process, out of how I want to do it. But yeah, I have been posting. You can check the YouTube videos that I've done. You can check them out. I post a lot actually. Some people would argue that I post too much. Too good for free. I appreciate that. Yeah, but the main thing is to create awareness for the story, and once I do that, it's going to be a lot easier for me to, the aim at the end of the day is to, like, sort of make a living from it, and you can't necessarily do that if people don't necessarily know what your comic or your story is about, Anyways, I'll figure it out. I just need to increase my momentum. Appreciate you checking out though. All right, let's get back to the what do I do with this one? I think I'll shift it later. I'll adjust it later. But let's sort this one out first. I'm trying to sort of stay consistent with the design, even though I don't want to add so much detail. Like Sleep said the other day, the character is sort of like a pterodactyl. I believe I pronounced that right. So the wings are quite big, but they are like extra arms, you know. Jesus, man, I think I like. Oh yeah, I flipped it. That's why. Hmm. That's right. Right. That's right. Right. If you're ever struggling with drawing something like fingers, yeah, one of the tricks you can do is you can draw it in a silhouette. So let's say you wanted to draw a finger in a pose like this, for instance. Yeah, so let's say you have this hand. What you can do is use silhouettes, especially if you know the shapes of a hand. This, you can use this as a shape for like the palm, right? And then you can use shapes like this to represent your fingers, and then this shape over here to represent your hand. Once you've done something like this, it's quite easy to like sort of actually draw the hand. Remember, there's webbing. There should be a spacing uh, for the webbing of the finger, right? Once you have something like this, it's quite easy to continue drawing the hand. What am I doing there? Yo, Art God, welcome. Longest time. How is school? Yes, it has grown a bit. Yeah, it's very scruffy and unkept. Welcome, man. It's been a while. Nice to see you, man. Yeah, so once you have those shapes, it's kind of easier for your brain to process, and then you can then start like adding the erasers around the fingers to just make it simple for you. And before you know it, you've kind of drawn a finger or a hand in general. Right, so you can start with silhouettes first and then move on to uh, just using erasers like this, and that is how you can like draw a hand. So no matter the shape, just imagine what the shape of the finger is going to be, and then you can duplicate it. Right, so that's sort of what I use a lot of the time, and it makes drawing fingers a lot easier for me. The hand should look like it's gripping it. The fingers, I mean, should look like it's gripping the flesh. This doesn't look like it's gripping the flesh. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, fingers are difficult. Yeah, they can be quite difficult. If you just simplify them with shapes, you can have a good time drawing fingers. A good time. But for me, that's what helped me. Let me look at my character's clothes. Oh, look at that, almost 30 minutes. The way time flies. It's insane.
And to me, what gets me excited for Buwadi is not actually everything he's done on the pitch, it's the stuff away from it too. It's his maturity for his age. Everyone who plays with him, I think Giroud was talking about it as well, talking about how great he is and how mature he is. But everyone who plays with him sort of mimics and parrots the same thing. They all say about how mature he is and how smart he is for his age. He's got a 30-year-old head on an 18-year-old's body. And you got to look what he did on his 17th birthday against Real Madrid. He was absolutely
Yeah,
fantastic.
you've asked me this question before. I remember you, man. I remember you. You told me about the manga, rather, that you were working on. I thought I answered that question. We've messaged on Instagram a few times.
He's taken Lille to the Champions League this season, one of the best sides in French football. And don't forget, Ligue 1 is one of the best breeding grounds for Premier League players, full stop. Like, that league is intense, it's physical, it's kinetic, it's such an aggressive league. And as a result, young players who come from there tend to just fit in quite well in the Premier League. You know, obviously France is really close to the Premier League anyway, it's just across the pond. So it's a league that isn't far away, both metaphorically and literally. And I mean, Buwadi will come into Manchester City, capable physically. I mean, he comes in as an incredibly smart learner. I mean, he comes in with an already high level, and even higher.
Oh, you just wanted to. Kaji is not a newcomer. Kaji has been here like way before, months before I actually knew you. Yeah, Kaji has been a long time supporter of the channel and a good friend as well. So, but I get what you mean, man. I get what you mean. And I think Ransford was actually the first person on the channel that actually came live on the channel and had a chat with me. So these are long-time friends. They've been here for a very long time. Also, do you color your comic? Everyone else aside from Kaji and Ras. Oh, yeah, I get what you mean. No, I'm not coloring my comic at the moment. It will take too much time. I wish I could have like someone like the same way someone is collaborating with me to like do the writing for the story. I wish I could have a colorist that would just willingly color the comic, but I might have to pay for that. And since this hasn't started making profits, I don't think I'm willing to spend any money on that. I'm already spending enough resources on it as it is in terms of my time, right? So my goal is just to do it like a manga, like black and white, like the way mangakas do it, and you know, see what comes out of it. I would love to color it, but it will just take extra time that I would have, you know, been spending on a new comic book issue, right? You get what I mean? So instead of doing, let's say, issue 8 of the comic, I'm spending the time coloring when I could be progressing the story. And I'm way behind schedule already. Art God, Kaji is a writer. who is learning how to draw, just decided to start drawing actually a few months ago actually. So it's something that is quite new to him. Not new per se, something that he's still learning rather. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Thanks. It's actually a comic, and I should be done with like 5 to 6 pages in the prologue. Oh yeah, 5 to 6 pages. Oh yeah. Oh, you mean like 5 pages are left for the story to be completed? That's really good, man. That's really good. How many pages is there, or are there? How many pages are there for the story? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Come in, give me a moment. I need to check the shoe that I'm using here. Okay. Nah. Okay. Just wanted to find out how the shoe looks. I was not 100% sure. Now I am.
When you go and watch him play, what immediately excites me is he reminds me a bit of Makeda in the way that he's an 18-year-old who already knows who he is. And I love it when you watch a player who's 18 and you don't go, for example, a good example where, this is a bit of a random one to compare to, but do you remember when Michael Hamilton came through and he scored a goal and everyone was like, oh, this kid looks really good. There was a reason that he sort of played that game and disappeared. Because you see the rawness before sometimes you see the ability with young players. But with some players, you see the ability before you see any naivety because they are just more complete as a player. And all these little guys who appear like a Michael Hamilton, whatever, who play a game or two here and disappear, they're usually a lot more raw. And you watch them and go, oh, he could be a player if he does X, Y, Z or whatever. Where some kids at 18, like this guy, like McCaney as well, they already are who they are. They have a recognisable complete package. Of course it needs more experience, more physicality, all those things. It needs more refining. But you see them and you can tell that is a player already. That guy knows who he is. And usually it comes...
I'm done with writing. Wait. Since it's for fun and not professional, just about 5 to 10 pages per chapter, that is quite good. That is a good goal to set, so that you don't overwhelm yourself and still enjoy it in the process. Because doing a lot of pages, like for instance, now I'm doing like 53 pages, that's quite a commitment. So I'm done with writing the prologue and chapter 1. The prologue is 5 pages, the chapter 1 is 7 pages. That is very good. I like that. That's very good. That's very good. Very smart. One of the things that I've learned the hard way is when you're making comic, right, and you're just starting out, one exercise to do is like take, let's say, a dialogue or a scene or sequence from I will call it now, from a movie, right, or animated show, whatever, and try to draw that sequence and whatever, however long it takes you, just try. Because what it's going to teach you is that it's going to teach you, it's going to train you on how long it takes you to actually get a sequence done, how long it takes you to sketch it and all that, so that the work that is actually involved in making comics or manga. Or you can just copy like a comic book page that another artist has done, try to study it, and that can be another way to expose yourself and get better. So you're on the right path, my friend. You're on the right path. Alright, dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I think I'm going to settle with that one. Ah.
Out of the brain, they're either super physical or like Mikado, strong despite his size, like Guadi, strong despite his age. They're either physical and they also have the maturity. It's really, really, really encouraging. This guy is exciting. This guy, go out, implore you to go and watch as many videos as you can about him. His technical ability is absurdly high. Like, he is jinky. That boy can genuinely.
Thanks. I've actually copied a manga page, one from Hell's Paradise and another from My Hero Academia, though I've never watched or read them. Hell's Paradise. Oh, yeah. Hell's Paradise is really good. I've forgotten his name, the guy that did it. He actually worked on Chainsaw Man with Fujimoto. And Fire Punch. Did he work on Fire Punch? I don't remember. Well, I think he worked as Fujimoto's assistant. Forgotten his name. Yeah, Hell's Paradise, good series. It's just there. It's just a decent series. Is this right? I think it needs to go like that. Listen to you, Wendy. 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 Dun dun dun. Dun, 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 dun. I have read My Hero Academia, but I've not finished the comic, the manga. I mean, and I have not finished the TV show. I just stopped, to be honest. Can't lie, just stopped. I think I messed up that last finger. Okay. How is everything going? Fanto, how are you doing? My weekend was good. Thank you for asking. How's yours? How's your weekend going? So anyways, good night. It's about 10:33 p.m. in my country. I got lesson tomorrow. Oh yeah, we're in the same country. What do you mean in your country? We're in the same country, bro. And I haven't even watched it. Yeah, we're in the same country, bro. We're in the same country, man. I understand. I have a good night's rest, man. Enjoy. Alright, dun, 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 dun. And my weekend was really good. I was saying we were in the same time zone last time. I'm in the UK. Yeah, we are sort of in the same time zone actually. Uh, it's at least it's quite close, just a few hours difference sometimes. Sometimes the time is almost exactly the same. But the time zones are quite close. I think I get it. Are you working on any projects, Fanto? Are you working on any projects? You struggle with keeping the quality of your art consistent from page to page. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Let me explain it. Let me explain what I do personally. Maybe this can help you. So for me, what I do is that what I do. I'm going to tell you what I do, and I'm going to tell you the advice that I learned from another artist, right? So I learned from Jim Lee. I was watching a video where he was doing a page. He was drafting a page, right? And he said someone asked him this question, and what he said was that the way I try to keep the quality of the art that I make looking consistent is that number one, you have to have a script, right? And once you have a script, what I do is that I pick out the most important pages or kind of like the most fun pages and I work on those. So let's say you're working on a 10-page comic or 15-page comic, right? Or manga. That's me. What you can do is, let's say there's supposed to be splash pages around, right? Or important pages, pages where there's supposed to be important reviews or important parts of the stories. You can pick those pages. Let's say out of those 15 pages, those pages are around 3 or 4. Let's say those pages are 4. 4 pages are the most important pages in terms of the context of the story. What you can do is that you can pick those pages. Let's say those pages are pages 1, pages 9, pages 12, and pages 15. You can start working on those pages, and later on you can work on the rest. So what that does is that it allows you to stay kind of fresh whilst you're making your story, and you don't worry too much about the quality of the art, because your audience, the way they are going to see it is that it's going to look like the quality is the same. Oh yeah, Elma. Yo. You changed your name. You changed your name. Oh. You changed your, I didn't know that. Oh, this is a different account. Okay, I understand. No problem. Yeah, anyways, as I was saying, you just spread out those pages. I think illustrating this would be better. I think illustrating this would be better. Right. So these are your pages, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 8 pages. Let's add one more. These are 10 pages, right? 10 pages. Now, let's say the most important pages, right, are pages 1, pages 1, 2, 3, 4, pages 4, 5, 6, pages 7, and pages 10. Let's say these are the most important pages that you have to work on. So what you should do then is to start sketching. Let's say you're sketching, right? You start sketching on these areas, right? To start doing your panel arrangements on this place, around these panels, right? This is where you're going to work. You sketch out these areas first. You sketch them out first, and once you're done, you sketch out the rest of most of these pages. You can then work on these pages later. You sketch them out, and then once you are inking, you do the same thing. You start inking from these pages. You ink out these pages first, and then you can then spread out your time and energy among these ones. You can then, in terms of hierarchy. So once you are working like that, it makes the pages that you're working on, they look consistent, right? Because some pages, some panels might be weak. Let's say these 2 panels are weak. Let's say 1 panel in this one is weak, 2 panels in this one is weak, and 1 panel in this one is weak. It makes it consistent. Let's say you become a bit lackadaisical in this page, right? But then this page is a little bit better, but then the reader then sees this page and then the art is solid, right? It then keeps them in the story. So I think you can try that out. What I do personally is that I try to sketch out, let me show you what I do. What I do personally is that let's say I have these 10 pages. Let's say I have these 10 pages here. What I personally do is that, because of the entire 10 pages might be a lot of work, what I do is that I'll pick out page 1 to 5 and I'll sketch out page 1 to 5, right? So I'll just apply my panel and work on this page, do the inking, the paneling, the panel layouts for this page. Page 1 to 5, I'll ink it, I'll draw my characters, I'll do my sketches on all these pages. I'll sketch page 1 to 5, right? Once I'm done sketching page 1 to 5, sometimes I could then start inking page 1 to 5. So I could just start applying base inks from page 1 to 5. And then I see that page 1 to 5, the base inks are done. Then I move on from page 6 to page 10. And then I do the same process. Once I'm done, I then look at the entire work holistically and see how it looks. And then I start making adjustments and applying the lettering. That will be the final stage, toning and lettering. Another thing that I could do is that I could decide, rather than just picking these first 5 pages, I could just sketch out the entire page, right? I could just sketch out the entire pages. That is what I could do. So once you, what am I doing with this panel arrangement? Yeah. So once I apply the sketches, right, which is the first phase, The second phase is that because once I apply the sketches, it makes things look, I understand what is going on, and I know how much detail I need to do, how much storyboarding I need to do, and I get to see the whole story from beginning to end without necessarily being confused. So if I have adjustments to make in the script, or I don't understand something, I can revisit it. So if I need to add an extra panel in between this panel, right, in between this place, let's say between panel 6 and panel 7, I will make that adjustment in the process of sketching, right? So I'll then add that extra page over here. Let's say things need to be explained a bit more, and because I haven't inked already, I won't be confused about what's going on. So that's what I do. And then what I can then do after I've applied all the sketches is that from page 1 to page 5, I will then apply base inks, right? Once I've done that, then from page how do I call it now, apply base inks and probably like finish it. Like I could run the entire thing, do the toning and the lettering for page 1 to 5, and then from page 6 to page 11, I will then do the same thing. I'll apply base inks and then detail. That is what I'm doing for this comic. Let me show you. Let me explain it to you. So over here I have 53 pages, right? So if you look at page 1, let me do this better. From page 1, hopefully you can see this, from page 1 all the way to page 24, right, I have done the inking and I have done the not the lettering necessarily. I've done, let's say, inking and lettering. I've done the inking and the lettering, right, from page 1 to page let's say 22. But from page 22 all the way to page 44 is just the base inks that I'm doing. So let me show you, let me give you an example. This is page, let me show you. This is page, what the hell, what's the name of this page? This is page 17, right? This is page 17. If you look at page 17, it's quite detailed. It's quite detailed. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that? Page 17 is quite detailed. I even have the lettering all done. Now, if you look at another page, let me give you another page, an example of another page. Come on. This is page, I think this is like page 9. I think this is page 9, right? This is page 9. Yeah, you see page 9 is detailed and page 9 is toned at the same time. And I've also applied the lettering for page 9, right? You can see it. Now, in comparison to a lot of the recent pages, let's say page 25, for instance. This is page 25. You can see that page 25 is not detailed. Page, let's say 24 is not detailed. This page 24, you can see it's not that detailed. So that is kind of what I'm doing. That is the technique that I'm using for the entire work. So once I'm done with this one, once I finally work on page, I think the light is too bright. Once I finally work on page, hope you can see it. Once I finally work on page 54, actually, it's 54. Once I finally work on page 54 and ink it, then I'll then go all the way back up here and start toning. So, and that will be the last phase. So that's the gist. So that's the technique you can use, man. But with regards to any other thing about the art, it's just with time, the more you evolve, the better you get.
Glide through people. He genuinely can. He's such good technically, he's tight spaces. I've seen him play delightful chip passes over the top. And yeah, as Fenway Chiefs pointed out, Nobbin said his passing can improve. Absolutely, he's 18 years old. But do you remember when Fernandinho joined and Rodri joined? They weren't pinging those diagonals over to the back post straight away. They got better as time went on. But I've already seen Bawadi do that. I've already seen.
I'll post some pages now on the community tab.
The range is there.
What I'm
Does it
working
need
on.
honing?
That's
Does it
cool.
need more nuance and subtlety as he gets older? Yeah. That is genuinely just. That's just timing. I've already seen him have the skill set. He's done everything you want him to do. And that's the thing. Is
Once you
players
post it,
him
let
at
me
this
know. I'll
age,
check
the
it
way you
out
look
now
at him,
on my tab here.
is he smart? Yes. Is his positional sense good for his age? Absolutely. Is he got good physicality already? Yes. Is his technical level good? Yes. Does he have an understanding of where his teammates are around him? Yes. Can he play passes of a high quality? Yes. Is he press resistant? Yes. It's a really good sign here, guys. It's a really good sign. Like, I've got a feeling this kid is going to come in. He's going to be really good. He's going to impress people. And of course, there'll be teething issues. There'll be times when he gets caught on the ball. There'll be times where maybe the Premier League overruns him a little bit. But like, the mentality of someone like a Semenyo, where he goes through the levels and rises with a challenge, like the mentality of someone like Elliot Anderson, where he's got Forest, who was in Bristol Rovers, or was at Doncaster, one of the two, and he did really well there. Then he went to Forest, did really well there. Then England did really well there. And today, on his debut, did really well for Man City. Some players just rise to the level because they are smart. They understand how to play the game. They are footballers. Like, they get the essence of the game. And that's what I feel about, Bawadi. I've got a really, really good feeling about him. I've got a really good feeling that this kid is going to be excellent footballer. Like, he looks brilliant. Like, I really, really do feel like this guy. When I look at what Anderson did today, now Anderson, look, I understand. The thing is about Anderson's game, he's a look away and you can miss a moment kind of player. Like, he looks like he's just being neat and tidy. But then the flashier stuff, like, for example, you look away because you check your phone, because you pick up a cup of coffee, you chat to a mate at the game, you might miss this just beautiful pass where he just drills it between 3 or 4 people and breaks a line. Because he's not flashy, he does these things where you just pick up the ball, intercept it, turn over past 2 people, ping it up and down, and you can easily miss that. So he doesn't always grab the headlines, but when you watch his complete game and go back and do it, you realise this guy is just really high level. Everything he does is smart, everything he does is considered. And Bawadi's the same. That is a double pivot potentially. Bawadi alongside Anderson could be really smart, That could be the future of Manchester City's midfield. And honestly, I'm very excited to see how they go together. Add someone like Water alongside that, that is a 3 midfielders where they could grow to a level of immense quality. I am very, very, very encouraged by this signing. I truly am. And when you add it to the positivity of today as well, I like it, guys. I like it. I'm really encouraged by it. I think Bawadi, I'll do more of a deep dive onto him. I'll find someone to talk about Bawadi with, a sort of everything you need to know about Bawadi type video. I'm hoping, I'll find, someone like that.
Have you posted the video? I said video.
The artwork. Football expert somewhere. We'll work it out. But either way, this kid is talented. I will go through all the stats. I will do a video about why Man City signed Bawadi. I'll do a video comparing him to other players, his potential, all that kind of stuff. It should be an awful lot of fun. I want to talk about Marmoush. Marmoush has been given the green light to head south and follow his good friend Savinho there. Savinho, Spurs, Savinho, Spurs. He loves Spurs, Savinho. Spurs till he dies. Breaking up Marmoush, Tottenham on loan. Here we go, compared by Fabrizio Romano. What's the deal's initial loan agreement? A purchase clause become mandatory under certain conditions of 50 million. Now, has anyone seen any of these clauses anywhere? Like, what is the deal with that? I don't know what's going on here, but Marmoush is now a Spurs player. I don't mind this. Okay, fine, whatever. I want players who are totally locked in. I want players who want to be here, who can contribute as backup players, who are locked in entirely. I think Marmoush is too good to be sat on the bench regularly. I don't think his game is also one of I can come on and do a job as a backup striker. I think he's a rhythm player. That's absolutely fine. Some players are rhythm players that they need a run of games to show their best version of themselves. Some guys can come in and do a 7 out of 10 for you most weeks, even as a backup, and that's a completely different skill set. Whereas Marmoush, I don't think he is that guy. Marmoush is very much needs to feel the game and feel it to get into it. By the way, 428 people watching, 77 likes. Hey,
Ratios.
come on.
Oh, okay. I get what you mean. I'll check it out now. Let me enter YouTube. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I think. Wait. I think I tried this thing once. Where the hell is the comment? Oh, you know what? I actually can't look at community from my iPad, I think. I don't think I can look at community from my iPad. I don't think I can. Can I? I don't think I can look at the community from here. I don't think I can look at the community from here. I'll have to check it later. Probably on my phone. And I'm using my phone to shoot right now. Yeah, I definitely will. I definitely will, man. Thanks for sharing. Hopefully I'll go live earlier tomorrow. I'll go live earlier tomorrow, earlier in the day, and we can chat about it. Does that look good? I think that's okay. I think that's. Ah, yes. Look at that. Okay. Whew. Is that all right? Hey, yo. I think just 2 more panels once I'm done with this one. It's already been almost half an hour, so I think once I'm done with this panel, I'll have to end this and I'll work on this one offline. Oh yeah, the monster is crying. Yeah, time really does fly. That's why you shouldn't try and make things so perfect when you're working on, especially something like a comic book. Yeah, as much as it's so much fun, you still have to follow a schedule. That's why you set timelines. Yeah, I think this is it. One, two, three. The thing I struggle with is making time for family as well as drawing. Hmm. I can't. I'm going to be honest. I can't give advice on family. I have a family, but I don't have like, I'm not a parent. Uh, I don't have a wife or anything. The only, person that usually occupies my mind is usually my mom and my sister and my dad. So I I can't offer any advice in that regard. But if you're talking about close friends, I can offer advice with that regard. It's all about priorities. Yeah, okay. Parents, right? Uh, well, it's all about priorities at the end of the day. If you are contributing, you're also like, pulling your own weight in the family and in the house. Generally, you should be allowed to chase what you want to chase. You know, I believe someone that loves you would respect that. So that's the way I see it personally. You settle down with them and have a proper conversation about it. Um, at least for me, that's what I did. That's what I did. And to be fair, I had to be a bit stubborn with my parents for it, but we're in a good place now. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm making bank from doing this thing, right? Currently, technically, I'm not doing something that is going to make me money, like right now, immediately, right? In the interim, I'm just doing something that I believe, eventually, I can use this to feed my family, and it's something that I enjoy. It's something I want to be, well, my legacy, and it's something I believe in, and I want making a living from it to also be part of it. But it's a sacrifice at the end of the day. So sometimes you have to be staying with like your loved ones, and be like, from here to here, I am, from this time to this time, I usually walk, you know, and just let them know. It's communication at the end of the day. People that love you will always accommodate for you. They always make concessions to accommodate your goals. So that's what I feel, at least. Hopefully that suggestion helped.
Come on. towards 100,000 subscribers. Subscribe to the channel, Stephen. Respect.
I feel I've done the opposite to you. What's your approach? Or what has been your approach, rather? Just bent their wishes and follow the path they wanted me to take. Yeah, I mean, that is true. But like I say, I believe it's never too late to make adjustments. What's that thing that they say? The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Uh, because as long as you're alive, and you're able to keep living, uh, you have to understand that you will make mistakes, and you know it's just all about correcting it immediately. That's what learning is all about. Same condition, new behavior. So as much as I respect my parents, right? I love them so much, but at the end of the day, you have to look at the options that you have and really sit down with it, because to be fair, a lot of the times the path they are choosing for you is actually really good. It's just that it doesn't align with what you want to do. Or sometimes you could just balance the two. You could just look at your condition. People's condition and situations are quite unique. They're quite unique. Exactly. That's the path. Okay, that is the path they want you to take. It's safe and good. While as a human, you want to pursue your passion. Yeah, I get you. I always try to see things from their point of view, though. Yeah, I understand. I try to really understand. Sit down with them as adults, adults to adults, man to man, father to son, son to mother. And really try to understand why they are making the decisions that they are making are for you, so that you guys can be on the same page and see how you can move forward. Because at the end of the day, there's this thing I really learned, that you are the one that is going to teach people how to treat you. Yeah, the way people treat you is usually your own fault, right? So if someone complains of let's say lack of respect, for instance, let's say a man in his family, he's talking about, he's married to a wife, he has children, and he's saying they don't respect me. There are probably certain actions that you are taking that is causing that, or certain inactions that you are taking that is causing that. And well, another thing, rather, for me, one thing that actually made this might sound funny, but one thing that actually made me, for instance, like people in my house actually listen to me a lot more, was absence. Sometimes once you are not available, once you're out of sight, people tend to respect you more once you're out of sight, especially for a very long time. So for me, what I did one time was I moved out, stayed away for like 2 years, and we hadn't met for a very long time. Like, we were just communicating, but we hadn't spoken for a long time. Not spoken, seen each other for a very long time. But once I came back, I figured out that the reverence that they had for me was a lot better. Like, there was more respect, mutual respect on both parties, especially, because I missed them. But more importantly, they were very open to listening to what I had said, what I had to say. So I damn. And our symbol. Brum, 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 brum. Okay. Alright, I think I'm going to stop here for now, and I'll continue later. Aye. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah.
Some players, yeah, are getting a little bit longer, and that's absolutely fine, I like Marmoush. I like him. Thank you very much, James. I do like him. I think he's a smart player. I really honestly do. But I think this is good for him. I want hungry players, and I think Marmoush last season was okay. He was there on too much money. Now, there's some rumours that, I don't know how much they'll be paying. I can imagine they're paying an awful lot of his loan. The obligation to buy, some suggestion is dependent on him going to getting exposed to European football. Sorry, but if it is about European football, I'm sure they will. Well, if he's a success, if he plays every week, gets 15 goals, someone's going to buy him for more than 50 million anyway. It is one of those things where they need to move him on to bring in someone. Whatever it goes. If he goes, whoever comes in has to be of a decent quality. We cannot just bring in this Alan, fella. This Alan guy who's currently playing on assist today.
I think I'll stop here, and thank you for joining for this live stream. It's been a blast, and I'll chat to you guys later. Wait, what's the details on the Marmoush deal? A loan? Yeah. It's a loan with an obligation to buy, barring they meet certain conditions. So let's say if Marmoush were to score maybe like 15 goals for them, they'll have to pay the money for him. If Marmoush were to take them to Champions League, let's say if they get Champions League, they will pay money for him. If he gets certain statistics or GA in his throughout the season, so that's essentially what's going to happen.